Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Today it is Tuesday, the 6th of June. So we have still only taken one trade on stream so far, and that was the loss on Friday. Hold on, just let me update this chat quickly. Should be a good day today. I really think we're gonna see some volume on GJ and gold especially. So stick around. It should be a pretty decent day. Okay, we are good to go. So let's break it down. We'll start with gold. If we look at the daily on gold here, we can see obviously yesterday we closed very bullish. Okay, we closed back in range here. Okay, so we pushed back into this level of consolidation here, or not consolidation, just movement. And early today we've created a little bottom wick, and now we're sort of just hovering around here. Okay, so obviously the bias is going to be bullish today, for us to push up and potentially fill this range up here. Okay, so let's scale down to the lower time frames to see how this is playing out. Again, we have very clean range here. Okay, so this is why I'm saying could be a very nice day. We have good range to the top side and to the downside. Okay, if we go down even if we go down even lower to the hourly, we can see we have a little support right here and a resistance right here. Okay, so this is the level we're going to be looking at. We can see we're pushing above it. As we move to the 30, yeah, okay. So I was looking at buys above here. The only problem is that the 30-minute hasn't created a bottom wick. Okay, so if we can push and create a bottom wick here, okay, because the hourly hasn't created a bottom wick either. Okay, so if this can push, create a bottom wick, and then close above this level, we have a very good chance of filling this wick. Okay, and that's 20-ish pips. If we go down to the lower time frames, this is a very nice level. Okay, so if we can break above here, very good chance we can at least fill up to here and then continue pushing to fill this entire range. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be our buy level above here. The only thing we need to look at is to make sure that this 30 and this hourly has a bottom wick before we take that trade. Okay, we can also look at buys above. We look above here. That's 26 pips to the top. We can see a very clean range here. Okay, so yeah, you can see clean. Okay, so we're gonna have buys above here as well. So hopefully we can create a bottom wick on this 30 and then push bullish. Okay, maybe we could even get the hourly close. That'll be quite nice. But yeah, we need to create a bottom wick. Also, this didn't create a top wick. Okay, so that means there's a decent chance this could retrace. Okay, so if we look at sells, my general rule of thumb for taking sells when we're against the daily trend is we need two ranges and then a breakout. Okay, so if we look here, this is going to be our range 1 here, and this is going to be range 2, which means that if we break below here, we can start looking for sells, okay, to fill that wick. 15-minute, so yeah, below here. That's a very nice range. This was our sell level yesterday, I do believe as well. Okay, so this is where we're going to have sells right here, okay? And we can see again, like, the daily is obviously bullish, okay? So we need two ranges to break out. We can see range 1 here and range 2 here, okay? Simple as that. Now we just got to wait. It's very nice price action today, so hopefully we can get some trades going. But yeah, if you're wondering why I don't take, you know, a breakout here and take this range, just from my back testing, I found that when you're against the overall trend of the market, so obviously we're bullish today, there's a good chance price could push out of this range, which is our range 1, and then fake out, okay, and stop you out, and then continuing bullish. Okay, so we wait for another range to form and then another breakout. Okay, so technically all you're doing is you're just waiting for a bit of a trend to form to the downside to confirm your sells if you're against the overall trend of the market. Okay, because you're going to be against the trend of the market, and that doesn't mean you can't trade. So yeah, we've created a bottom wick now. It's not big, but if we start breaking above here, I'm gonna start looking for buys. Let me just quickly check news. I don't believe we have news. Aussie dollar news this morning, and apart from that, we got nothing. All right, nice. Okay, so gold looks very good. We just need to wait and hopefully see this continue bullish. Okay, we look at GJ. Yeah, so yesterday we had sells below here on GJ. What was it? Sells below here. Okay, and yeah, that would have worked very well if anyone got on that during New York. I unfortunately couldn't trade New York, but this is the level we talked about in London. You can see 30-minute closure below. You flip up, create a top wick, which is your retest. You know, whether you want stops below there, very easy trade. Okay. So yeah, it's a shame that didn't come through until late in New York, early New York. But yeah, so the reason we looked at that is because we had obviously clean candles to the left here, and it was in line with our bias. Okay, so let's have a look at today. So yesterday we closed bearish, okay, but we respected this level. Okay, so yeah, today what can happen today is we push down, okay, and we can come down all this way to this daily, okay, and fill this wick, okay, and then still flip bullish, okay, because we've respected this previous support. So, but if this daily breaks these highs, I think there's a decent chance we can continue bullish to fill this range. But obviously we have to assume bearish behavior. So 4 hour, the only thing with GJ is the recent price action has just been so bad. So it's hard to find a trade. So we got some resistance right there, a little support area right here. Okay, so in terms of buys, because all of this to the left is just very messy, the only way I'll take buys if we're not breaking above here, okay, is if, so I have buys above there, yeah, is if price pushes, creates nice price action, creates a high, and then comes down, forms support, and then continues. Okay, that's the only way we're going to take buys in this entire area, because if we look to the left, we have resistance, resistance, support, resistance, it's just very messy price action, okay? And we're going against the daily as well, so yeah, I doubt we'll have buys today. Okay, sells do look really good. If we have sells, where's the daily lows? Right here. Okay, so let's look at this on the lower time frames. 15-minute, yeah, okay, that's pretty perfect. Okay, so if we can break below here, Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so if we can break these lows, we have at least 10 pips down to there, and very good chance we're going to fill this range. Okay, 22 pip range. So yeah, that's what we're waiting for. I think it should be a good day, especially on gold. So yeah, if you have any questions, send them through, but that's the plan. Sells below 173.235 to fill down to around 173, and then I doubt we'll have buys. But yeah, we can see if we start looking at sells, we'll be breaking the current daily lows. 4 hour will be breaking its lows to push to fill this wick. Okay, so that's looking nice. And goldy, wow, I really don't mind this on gold. Okay, I do not mind this pushing down, as long as we can hopefully push bullish. But I mean, I don't care where it goes, buys or sells, I don't mind. So I posted a simulation session earlier today. If you guys want to go check that out after. Good session. We had 3 wins, 0 losses. So it was a good session. What was the Aussie dollar? I wonder what happened there. I should know, but I don't. Aussie dollar, wow, okay. Buy stops, sell stops would have worked. From what I've seen, it seems like using buy stops and sell stops as news comes out would actually work. It's just like there's going to be one time where it's just going to absolutely break you. Like it'll just get your entire account. Because if you do, I'm pretty sure it came out here. So if you do use a 30-minute, you just go buy stop, you don't use a stop loss, and then you use sell stop below the lows, you don't use a stop loss, and then as soon as you get triggered, if you get into drawdown, straight away you just close it. I mean, I guess it would work, but it's just what could happen is you get slipped, so you only enter like up here, price gaps down, and then before you even think about closing it, it's already like down here. It's just, it's a dangerous game, but you could do it. I mean, I've seen some guys make a decent amount, and it's pretty easy thing to do. It's just over the long term, I think you will lose money, but who knows. But got a good feeling we're gonna have a trade today. I always say that like every day, but today I think we're genuinely gonna have a trade. From the way price is setting up, from we're moving, I think we'll have a trade. Might not be a winner, but I think we're gonna have a trade, and it will be a good trade, one that follows the plan. Looking for gold sells in the morning. Yeah, you got to be careful when the daily has closed bullish. Yeah, that's one thing I've found, is using higher time frames has significantly sort of filtered out bad trades for me. Not necessarily bad trades, but trades that tend to not do as well, because like they say, the trend is your friend, and it's just when you look at the chart, if a daily candle closes bullish or bearish, there's a very good chance the next candle is also going to be bullish or bearish. So just with that logic, if you take trades that are in the direction of the previous daily close, you got a better chance of winning. Like, yeah. I mean, why do you think Heikin-Ashi candles, they always trip me out? Because, you know, I used to think, for a month or two when I first started trading, I was like, dude, we can just buy when we see a green Heikin-Ashi and sell when we see a red one, and then close it if we see a green one, and the other way around. And I mean, looking at it, it feels like it would work, but what you don't see in these is there's wicks, and yeah, I mean, technically it would work, but I don't know. It always looks good, but then when you start doing it, you figure out there's all these, like in here, you know, how do you know whether not to do it or to do it? It's just, I don't know. Maybe someone try it out, see if it works. So GJ daily is flipping. There was a example in my backtesting session that I posted that was literally this exact same thing. The daily had closed bearish, but it was above level of support. The next daily came down all the way to here, and then flipped and closed bullish. So yeah, that's what I'm sort of thinking may happen. But yeah, until we start breaking above here, we can't really look for buys, and even then, this range on the lower time frames is very messy. There's so much stuff you can run into here, so we just have to be patient. Gold's really dropping. I highly doubt we won't have a push this session, because Asia did nothing. Late New York didn't really do anything. We just had that move from the news last night. Yesterday there really wasn't much, was there? We had that move on GJ, which you could have looked at below here. But apart from that, well, gold at least didn't really do much. Just had the move from news. So it doesn't look like we're gonna get it this hour. Maybe around 4:30 my time. It's around 2:30 EST. See gold pushing above here. It would be nicer if gold just almost pushed above this range and closed here. Then we just have a bit more range. But we could take buys here and then just go break even there. did the Wordle. I think I forgot to do the Wordle yesterday. Good evening. Snot. Could it be snot? Double T? Oh no, T is not there. Stole? No. Stock. Ooh. Scotch. Scoth. Could be Scoth. No. We need a T. Is anything happening? Oh, Goldie pushing down. And GJ is still doing nothing. Yeah, so we can see we have range 1, range 2. If we get a range 2 breakout, and I'm happy to take sells. Good morning, everyone. Anyone got a clue on this Wordle? Let's go. Ooh, okay. Could it be Scoot? Oh. It could only be Scoffed. Or Scoit? No. Is... Unless... Is Scout a word? SCOWT. I don't think so. Oh, maybe it is. No. What? Stopped? Double T? Scout. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So it looks like Goldie's pushing down here. Pretty nice price action on the 1 hour. Double top. 4 hour. 4 hours obviously rejecting. We'll be breaking lows. Daily. The thing is, the only thing I don't like sells is, you know, the daily could push down and then just flip. But the thing is, it could push down all the way to here. So, you know, can't just not take trades when it feels a bit uncomfortable. Okay, we need to change this music. I kept getting copyrights when I played you know, like this type of music, but I don't know why. That's better. I'd really love it if gold rejected here and then closed above here. Because then we'd have the daily bottom wick, we'd flip, we'd be breaking highs, it'd just be a much better setup. I'll quickly go through some of those trades we took on the simulation. Why not? Right. So, what is this? Like, why do people? I don't get what that is. Okay, so this was the first actual trade. If you look here, the 30 closed above here, and then we were waiting for a bottom wick. Okay, so 30 closed above. This was obviously clean to the left. And if we fast forward a bit, you can see the 30 wicks down, creates that retest, and then flips. We had like a 3 pip spread, unfortunately, so it sort of ruined our entry, but we got in anyway. So you can see, like, I wanted to enter here, but the spread was just ridiculous, so we only entered all the way up here. So yeah, and then you can see it pushed very nicely. Just fast forward a bit. Yeah, so just push there, and then we reached a level where we're like, okay, let's go break even. We pushed a bit more, closed 80%. But now we're gonna have an ad. So yeah, if you guys are like thinking of, or not thinking, but like trying to learn more as to how I trade, that video will be really good to understand it. Implementing my trading system this week. Been trading nearly 7 years. System is a culmination of all my observations in the market. Well done. That's a lot of trades. 2,300 trades per currency. Jeez. That is a shit ton. Is it good? Chill streak? $4,400 trades a year. Wow. That's pretty interesting. Well, I mean, there's no wrong or right way, you know? You can do what you want. As long as you're making money, who cares? But that's a lot of work put in. To backtest 2,300 trades per currency. That is a lot of time put in. So if Goldie closed below here on the hourly, let's have a look. Very nice wick fill down to here. But we need to obviously wait. If the hourly closes, we'll need to wait for a top wick to form before taking sales. But I don't think we're going to close below here. I think we're going to have more of like this thing pushes, maybe as something like this. The other thing we could 100% look at is fake outs. Okay, this is gonna be the one setup where a fake out could really be a good option. Because like I said before, when we have the daily bias as bullish, okay, and price has created for range 1, it tends to fake out more often than not from range 1. Okay, that's why we wait for range 2 breakouts. But if we get a fake out here, we have clean range back in this area, okay, back up to here, which is, depending on if this candle closes, like 23 pips. Okay, so that's a really good option as well. So either way we go now, most likely we're gonna have a trade to the top or to the bottom. We have a little area to look at right there if we get a fake out, but even then that's like a 10 pip range. So backtest suggests the result should be good. We will see what happens, I guess. Yeah, I mean, if you have that many trading data and you're profitable, that's a very good spot to be in. Now all you got to do is just be able to replicate it, and that's when it turns mental. That's just all about show up every day, follow the rules. Yeah, I agree. I don't think I've reached 2,300 trades in the live market. Not even, I reckon I'm sitting at like 500 trades in live markets. Probably averaging like, if 100 trades a year, probably less. Before I was trading, when I was trading the 4 hour, I was trading like probably like more like 50 trades a year or something. GJ's ranging. Nothing happening on GJ. Good old GJ. Right, okay, so what I've just seen on gold is we've closed with no bottom wick. So this fake out could be freaking beautiful. You can see here this hourly closed no top wick. What did we do? We created a top wick, pardon me, and then flipped right back. Okay, but this thing is, knowing my luck, just gonna push and fill this range. No, I'm kidding. We just have to wait and see. Even if this range gets filled and we don't get the fake out, it's still perfect for buys above here. But yeah, we did just close with no bottom wick. But now this range is being filled. Jeez. GJ, wow, okay, so again, some volume here. Yeah, this isn't bad. This is where you just gotta, the volume's kicking in, you just stay patient. You're not missing out, the market's just moving. Doesn't mean you're missing out. You've gotta be patient, wait for your setups. Yeah, so we can't really take that fake out anymore because we just filled this range. So yeah, now we just wait for breaks above here. But yeah, there you can see that fake out, you know, range 1, range 2 pushes down and then just fake out. And in the past, I definitely would have had, I mean, I probably wouldn't have been caught out in this particular instance because price never flipped. Like it never created a top wick and then flipped. But I would have usually had my stop above here if this flipped and then we got stopped. Some chat's not coming through, it seems. What do you mean? As in, like, my voice or the chat, the YouTube chat? Should come through. There's a bit of a delay on screen, like 30 seconds or something, but it just disappeared. I don't know. I have no clue why that could happen. Seems to be working now though. Right. So if this hourly flips, and the 15 or 30 closes below, that could be potentially something I'd want to look at. The only reason I would hesitate is because this hourly hasn't created a bottom wick. But because we created such a big retest, and then if we flip and close bearish, it could be okay. Whereas if we push down and then closed above, I think there's a good chance you're gonna just be creating a bottom wick and flip. But let's see, we've just slowed down a tiny bit in the volume, but I think we're just retesting a bit. You have your account hooked to a third-party program. Oh, cool. Well, feel free to send through like the link or whatever. Naturally, the first few are losses. Yeah, that happens. It's like if you increase your risk, you're gonna lose the first trade. I don't know why it happens, but it just happens. I don't think I've ever decided, okay, this week I've been doing really well, I'm going to increase my risk. And then I've never taken a win. Always the first trade when you increase your risk is a loss. I actually think it may seem like a bit of luck or a bit of coincidence, but I think that when you increase your risk, so say you were risking like 1%, you start risking 2%, which isn't a bad thing. Like if you're trading well, there's no reason not to increase your risk. Or if you're trading 5 lots, then you go to 6 lots or whatever. There's a psychological element that you often disregard. So instead of, I remember when I increased my risk like a few months ago, like that first trade, I set my take profit, and it was way more than what I was used to. So instantly you're like hooked on price reaching that level and you making that amount of money instead of focusing on the charts. You're focused on the potential increase in the amount of money you can make. And so I don't know, I think you start treating the trading as if all you want to do is make money instead of all you want to do is win the trade. And that's the difference. There's a difference between that, because if you start focusing on the money, then you start focusing on, holding as long as I can. Holding so that I can get that take profit. Or then you start getting emotional about it. You start saying, I don't want to lose $300, so I'm going to keep this open. Whereas if you focus on winning the trade, it's not personal, it's not emotional, it's just another entry, just another data point. But it is funny how when you increase your risk, you just lose. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't increase your risk. I think if you're trading well and you're winning and you're consistently winning, there's no reason not to slowly increase your risk. I'm not saying like go to like 10% or something, but if you're doing well and you have confidence in your system, slowly increase the risk. That's what we want to do. We want to make money. But obviously it's going to change from trader to trader. Some people like to just slowly build it up, whereas others, me personally, I take like I want a win to be a decent amount of increase in my account. Like I don't want a win to just be like plus 0.2% or something. Because a win for me is big. Like I'm not gonna let a win just be this little thing. So I typically risk 1 to 2%, but I use lot size. So my max stop loss is like 35 pips, and that'd be 2%. And then anything below that just slowly goes down as the stop loss decreases. So like 10 pips is like just less than 1% risk. You did get a closure back in range here. But for me, when I take fake outs, I don't take wick fills. Because when you think about it, a wick is also a rejection. Okay, and there's a difference between if you're breaking out of a range, it means you've created a higher high, okay, or a lower low. But if you're breaking back into a range, a wick is like it's price rejecting that area. So if I was to take a fake out, I would need like a break above the previous candle high. Because if you look on the 5-minute here, it's really a rejection of this zone, isn't it? But if you're very aggressive, I think there's a decent chance you could fill this wick. 11 pips, but yeah. London doing me dirty again. I said this the other week. London, the last few weeks has been like pre-London. It has a push phase, and then the rest of London, it just slowly comes back. And then New York, it goes. But it's still very early, so. links don't come through on chat. Oh, right. I wonder if I have a setting. Something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that, unfortunately. Same name on my FX book. All right, I'll give it a look. Give it a look sometime. It's definitely a tough thing sharing your trading online. So respect to just share it. GJ is still pushing down. Yeah. Just need a bit of volume here. Am I from Australia? Yeah. Yeah, I'm from Sydney. Technically, I'm from South Africa, but I moved here like 10 years, 12 years ago almost. So when I was a little boy, 10 years old. Jake's 9 years old. Any rugby fans? Moved here in 2006. Yeah. Yeah, do we have any rugby fans for the World Cup coming up? That'll be great. Wonder what the predictions are. Moved here from Zimbabwe. Oh, that's cool. From the Central Coast, nice. Whereabouts in Sydney? I'm just on the North Shore, so around Turramurra, Pymble area. It's like 20 minutes away from the city. Central Coast is a nice place. Yeah, it's not. I don't see many traders in Australia. There's definitely a few, but I don't know many traders, especially sort of rugby league. No, mate, rugby league is boring. No, I'm kidding. It's Origin tomorrow, isn't it? Round 2. Yeah, it is. Oh no, 21st of June. Right. Yeah. I think because I'm South African, I can't watch league. It just doesn't. I don't know. Nah, but it's growing on me slowly. Moved from Zimbabwe. Yeah. I went on when I was like 8. I went on an Africa trip around Africa, and that was the coolest thing. I know Pymble like 50 minutes from where I am, straight down the M1. Oh, cool. Well, send me a DM on Instagram. Maybe we can meet up or something. Yeah, next week, Origin. Let me just turn on the light. Yeah, so gold filled this wick pretty nicely. Would have been a tough entry considering you made only a 3-pip bottom wick, but yeah, if you're aggressive, you could have looked at, okay, price closed with no bottom wick first of all, the hourly, then we pushed back into this range and we have a 10-pip wick to fill. Okay, so yeah, whether you go break even at this level here, or you just decide to take some profit off here because we filled the wick. But yeah, here you go. Gold probably bullish to 1962. Yeah, I think we're gonna fill this range. But yeah, there you go. There's that fake out. It's a shame we closed with this top wick, but now we got good range to the bottom. I'm not too concerned about this hourly not creating a bottom wick because we have no bottom wick on the previous. So if we break these highs, we have a good chance to continue bullish. Especially if we start breaking this hourly highs. I think that is where I'll enter. If we break above here, I'll wait for a break above this high. How does that make it onto here? Driver in Finland fined €120 for speeding. 120k euro for speeding. It's pretty rough. Oh wow, that's probably why I made it. Calculated on an offender's income. I don't know. It's an interesting law. I guess it makes sense. It's like tax, like bracketed tax, but I don't know. Seems a bit annoying if you're rich. So you can find anything on Forex Factory. there is the most random stuff on here. To be fair, this guy's probably like a billionaire, and it's just like, I don't care. 120 euro. Let me get my wallet. Probably what he pays in tax, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how much money some people have. But that's where how you got to start thinking. You got to think, money is everywhere. Money is everywhere, and there's millions of ways to make it. You got to have that mindset of like, money is just everywhere you look. Because it is, I always try like walk around and I'm like, where's the money right now? And it's an interesting way of thinking. Okay, let's see if Goldie can close above here. If we look at the 4 hour, yeah, it's a very nice rejection. Oh, now there's just no volume. But hopefully, I don't know, maybe gold is just creating some resistance and then we can continue down. But the volume is lacking a bit. Yeah, it's pretty annoying we missed this yesterday on GJ. Because we had, what, cells below there? Was that our level? Let's have a look. Yesterday's stream. Pretty sure that was our level. Wow. It's impressive. Oh, 2 ads, bro. Maybe I should just remove the ads and make like $1 in a year. So, was that our cell levels on GJ? 173.744. Yeah, so we had cells like here. Yeah, so that would have worked well. But unfortunately I couldn't trade New York. But if you just look at this, like on the, let's go on the 30. On the 30, obviously it's just a breakout, and then you go to top wick, and then you flip. But as you go down in time frames, you start to realize like how this all sort of fits together. Because on the 15, obviously you have a little rejection, a retest, you close back below. If you go to the 5-minute, it'll look more like a retest. Get the closure there, you push back, and then you continue bearish. If you go down to the 1-minute, it'll look even more like a familiar pattern. Is that the closure? Yeah, there's the closure. You push back, and then you break the lows. Very simple trade. Could have taken. I'll be back in a second. bought a $50 watch, but it doesn't have a stopwatch. That sucks. To be fair though, like, who cares? I reckon if I bought a watch, I wouldn't really care if it told me the time even. Because like, you can just look at your phone. But I can't talk. I have a good old Seiko quartz. Worth like 30 bucks. It does me very well. If I ever get rich, there's one watch I want to buy. And it's the Trading View watch. This one. Like, that is sick, I reckon. So you can like see the sessions. That'd actually be handy as well. Like if you were traveling and you were just like, oh, London session, let's get on the charts. I don't think it was that expensive either. It was I think like 2K or something like that. 1.8 US. It's not terrible for a good looking watch. That's a dope watch, I reckon. Yeah, but I'm not that much into the whole watches. I'd buy one good watch and then I'd be like, alright. But in saying that, who knows? If I got that rich, maybe I'll just change my mind and buy watches. Okay, so 15-minute closure. I actually sort of prefer that this hourly didn't do anything, because I'd much rather take sells not off of this hourly because we don't have a bottom wick. Yeah, so I'd much rather this hourly close somewhere here and then the next one comes down. So yeah, and of course we'll have to wait and see, because if we break above and we close like here and we only have 6 or 7 pips to the top, we may as well just wait for a break above here. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. GJ pushing down. Okay, so GJ, if this hourly closes below, again, we're gonna have to wait for a top wick. We could use the 30 as a stop if we don't get a very nice top wick. 30 pip stop around, which isn't bad. It may be a bit more. Maybe something more like 35, which could still work. Because we have a decent range to fill. So, but it would be nice if we can get a nice top wick and we can use that as our stop. In terms of, I think we'll probably look at break even around here. If we look at this 10 pips, yeah, and then we can target these lows. But still a while away. A lot can happen in 9 minutes, so. I like this. I like this a lot on gold. Yeah, if this hourly can close like this, especially if we reject this level from before, and then like a 15 can come and close below here, that will be a gold rush. Because we can see hourly close below, next hourly retested, rejected, and then especially if we get the close below and then the break below, that'll be perfect. But if, let's say GJ closes below here, if we look at the hourly, yeah, so if GJ closes below here, we would need the top wick to at least come back, and top wick on the next candle, sorry. So let's say GJ closes something like this. We would need the next candle to create a top wick, at least to retest this 15-minute, because it doesn't have a top wick. Okay, and then flip. That's what the hourly will look like. So yeah, we'll see. Where can you find a wallpaper? It's a TradingView art. There are some cool artworks. TradingView artwork. Yeah, this is the one I use on my live streams as well. There's some cool ones. This is one of my favorite. This is my home screen on my phone. This one's the one I have. Pretty funny. Yeah, that's just search up TradingView artwork and then you should get it. Okay, so 2 minutes to closure here. Goldie is looking nice. GJ, we'll have to wait and see. The only way we could potentially not have a trade here on GJ is if this thing closes with no bottom wick. And we'll have to wait. Then we could potentially take a fake out. Like a 30-minute fake out or something. If that was to happen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that'll happen though. I would prefer almost if this hourly doesn't close below and then the next 15 sort of pushes and then comes down. Actually, that's not, I don't mind. Okay. We'll just have to see. But I don't think this hourly is going to close below. Okay, so there's the hourly closure. So we got some nice setups now to work with. We can see gold rejected this level. So if we now start pushing below here, we can look for sells, and this buy level stays the same. Okay, nothing changes on the buy level. So yeah. And GJ, I want a little bit of a top wick here on the 1 hour, and then we can push down. Okay. So yeah, some nice price action. Should have something on our hands here. Finally. Taken, how many live streams have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is our 10th live stream and we've taken 1 trade. That's pretty crazy. You love my stream? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Well, I'm not going anywhere, so don't worry. Don't worry about it. I'll be here for a decent amount of time, I think. Wow. That was quick. Okay, so let's start looking at what we can do here. If this range just goes and gets filled, that's all good. Here's another sell level right below there, okay? Right, okay. So there's another sell level we can look at on GJ, which is 15 pips. But below there, we move back into consolidation. Okay. The other thing that could happen, of course, is this 15 closes here, and then we get a wick fill. Okay, but I'm a bit hesitant on that because the 1 hour has barely created a top wick. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how this closes. But we could definitely just get a top wick here and fill this range to the downside. Okay, and Goldie's not really moving much. So yeah, let's see how this closes. If this 15 closes below, I mean, technically we've created a top wick. It's not very big, but we'll see how this closes. We still got a lot of time left. Oh, now Goldie's pushing. Okay. Oh yeah, this is nice on gold. Yeah, so don't get FOMO about GJ. It's all good. Like, you'll get your trade. And obviously, if this thing just fills this range, we'll just wait for breaks below here. There's no rush. We just chill. At least we're getting some movement in London, which is good to see. And it's not just news moves. Like in the past, there's been moves, but it's all just been because of news. Now we're actually getting like some true volume, which is good to see. Or once it's actually GJ moving, not gold. Gold's consolidating. So we've got 4 minutes till the closure. If this 15 closes below, we need a big top wick and then a flip, or we wait for the 30. So yeah, this 15 could close below, and then the next 15 could close bullish, but if it respects this level, then we can get the 30-minute wick fill. Or if we create a nice top wick, then we can enter on the flip. But the thing we got to also think about is on the 15, we've had a big push phase, okay, and we haven't come back in quite some time, okay, so we just need to be patient here. I would like to see price sort of take out these highs as a retest, but if we get a nice enough top wick, we could enter on the flip if the wick's big enough. But like if we close here, I mean, we have what, 9 pips to the bottom, so it's not bad, but it's just, I think if it's like less than 10 pips, I'd probably just wait for breaks below here. Yeah, so this is where it's important not to rush into things, you know. It's important to make sure that you understand why you're taking this trade. You know, just because we get a closure below doesn't mean that we're gonna automatically have a sell. You know, there's a bunch of other things we need to think about in order to take this sell, but we'll see where we close. We got a minute and a half left for closures. Goldie pushing bullish. It is creating a pretty nice wick, not gonna lie. You can see here, price closed below, created a wick, filled the wick. Price closed below, pushed down at least 10 pips. So yeah, that's what we're trying to mirror. 16 seconds to closure. Yeah, so we're gonna need a top wick here. Or we could just reject. Right, so closures above. I don't mind that. I do not mind that. What I would like to see now is this 15 come up, possibly take out these highs, and then come back. But yeah, we're not gonna look at sells unless we get a closure below here. I'll be back. Right. So this literally happened in the stream this morning. The 15-minute close below. Obviously here we didn't even close below, but then I was looking for a top wick, but it just filled the range. Okay, and what happened is, if you don't create a top wick, chances are you're just creating a bottom wick, and price is gonna reject. Like if you have a top wick, there's a higher probability price is gonna continue. If you don't have a top wick, there's a good chance price is just filling this range and then rejecting it. Okay, so yeah. But it's a bit all over the shop right now. No real direction. Gold at least. GJ's fine. Support zone just broke, yeah. We didn't get the closure though, so that's what we're waiting for. Gold honestly looks good either way. I mean, buys or sells, it looks good because we have a range to breakout on the lower time frames. So it's fine if we're going against the daily, and if this pushes, we'll be breaking current daily highs. So either way, gold looks good. Okay, GJ, I'm hesitant of taking buys, especially because the current daily is bearish, previous daily is bearish. See, I'd like to take sells on GJ, but so let's see if this 30 closes below. That would be okay. Okay, if this 30 can close below, then we just need a top wick and we can enter. Goldie. So how does gold look? 4 hour? Yeah, look, that's a nice 4 hour structure. Yeah, that is a nice 4 hour structure. Oh, look at that. Perfect fib levels. I wonder, like, if there's anyone out there that knows exactly what Fibonacci is. Like, I know it's a sequence of numbers and patterns, but it's just, I find it so weird how it actually can not predict, but measure price. Like, that's so, it's just weird. It's just weird how that works. What about a retest? Well, yeah, that's what we're gonna wait for. We want to see price create a top wick if this 30 closes below, but we need the closure first. just need to be careful of this level. So either we close with enough range to go break even at this level, or we close below this level and then we use that level as break even, or we close below and we continue bearish. I do like the look of gold sells though. Talked about that hourly respecting this level, and again we respect it. Yeah, it looks good. I have a feeling GJ is gonna close bullish here, because we haven't created a top wick. He did move 16 pips, 17 pips. But no way this entire session just ranges. That'll be ridiculous. Three minutes. We could also use this wick as a break-even range. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, so if this range isn't big enough, right now it's 5 pips, so can't really take it. Ah, that's annoying. Goldie. Yeah, so GJ's just filled this range, so we can't really take a trade now, unfortunately. Because if we take a trade, we're running straight into support right here. Did gold didn't close below either. Wow, I cannot believe that. Right, okay. So yeah, I mean, if we try to take a trade here, you got resistance support right here that you're running into, so can't do much there. Yeah, so we have 2 options here. We could just wait for price to pull back, create resistance, and then continue down, or we could wait for a break below here. In all honesty, breaks below here is probably a bit nicer because we have, you know, 20 pips down there. So that was the half an hour close. Yeah. Yeah, if it sort of feels like you missed out, I guess. But if you look here, I mean, this entire area was just not my area. So yeah, we just got to stick to the plan. Right. Yeah, I really thought we were gonna have a trade there because either we could have the fill down here or the fill from here to here, but yeah, we closed so far down that we only have 4 pips down here. So yeah, we just got to wait for a closure below here or a retest, sort of price pushing back and then creating resistance by forming a bearish candle and then continuing down. And Goldie looks good. We just need a closure below here. See, this is where a lot of us feel like, oh, we missed the move, like we got to get in, or you know, we missed the trade. You know, this is gonna ruin our trading career. But it's like, no, the market just moved. You know, it doesn't mean you had your plan from the start. I said we have sells below here, and we had that, but we filled the range. Okay, so we just stick to the plan. Learning a lot from the analysis. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Is there a possible double bottom on GJ? Don't really trade double bottoms, but I guess on the 4 hour, sort of looks like a double bottom. Or the 15-minute maybe here, but yeah, the momentum's very bearish, so it's a double top here. So there it goes. We'll get our trade. We'll get our trade. Honestly, I'm just happy London is moving again. Took sell on gold, 30-minute closures below. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad op. I would at least wait for price to flip and break these lows. Like below here. If I was using the 30-minute to make my levels, probably have stops above here, or did create a good top wick now. So if you flip, there's a good chance you can continue. But yeah, for me, the 15-minute just works a bit better, I think, from what I've back tested on identifying my levels to trade. But you know, there's no right or wrong. It's just as long as you're consistent with it, you'll be fine. But yeah, it looks like gold's looking pretty bearish. GJ shooting down. So in terms of GJ, we obviously have a level here. And then we have another level down here. So we got some clean range on GJ. Not too worried about that. I would have liked to see a retest on the 15-minute, because now the 15 minutes moved like 70 pips without creating a retest. But let's see where this closes. There could be, if we close here, is there another sell level below here? Yeah, potentially below there. There's another sell level. 12, 13 pips. Yeah. Yeah, so we can have sells below here as well. On gold, yeah. I mean, I think it looks pretty clean to me, to be honest. On the hourly, you can see push down, push back up, push down, rejected this level. Now we're closing below. On the lower time frames, yeah, it is a bit disgusting on the lower time frames, but I think if this can flip and close below here, well, we'll be good. But I mean, until then, we're in a range, so I'm not gonna force anything. GJ has just flown. I'd prefer if if GJ closes below and gold closes below, I'm going to take gold. And the reason is just because GJ has moved so far and we're at a strong level. And GJ doesn't do as well on the 15-minute closures versus gold. Like, I'd rather wait for a 30-minute closure on GJ. Whereas gold tends to respect the 15-minute levels. But that doesn't mean this is a bad trade because, especially if we close somewhere here, create a good top wick and then flip. You can see the 30-minute is pushing bearish. Yeah, that's something you got to think about. 30-minute closed bearish. Rejected these areas before. But did you get you didn't get a 15-minute close before. Yeah. 30 hourly. Yeah. Yeah, so we're reaching the previous daily lows as well. We can see we've rejected this area a lot of times before. But that doesn't mean, all we need is price to push down to here. So, Goldie's looking nice. See the 30-minute flipping now? Yeah, this looks pretty perfect on gold. Let's see, 3.5 minutes to go. Yeah, so this is quite a strong level in the market. Quite a strong level. Rejection, rejection, rejection. We close above, we continue. Rejection, 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 rejection. So out of all those times, when the 15 minutes closed above, it's continued. This one closed below, but we didn't get the flip. But yeah, that's obviously quite a strong level in the market. And now it looks like we're rejecting again. But yeah, that's essentially what we're trying to mirror. Because we can see, there's 1 rejections, 2 rejections, price closed below here, but you didn't get the flip. Okay, so price pushed up, but you didn't flip bearish again. And this one time price closed above here, it pushed nearly 20 pips. Okay, so all the other times it's rejected. So if we get a closure below, there's a good chance you're going to continue. Gold, gold, gold. Either way, even if this closes, we need a top wick. Doesn't have to be huge, but we do need a top wick. But I have a feeling we're going to reject. Go on, gold. 1 minute. It's been teasing us this whole session. Pretty rare that both GJ and gold are trending down or moving in the same direction. 10 seconds. Wow. Well, at least it gives me confidence that we've got the right levels, because, you know, price is obviously respecting these levels. So if we get the closure, that'll be good. It's just a matter of time. You know, this is very nice price action on gold here. Very common pattern where price pushes, and then sort of breaks out after that. If this is a very common entry I have. If price, let's say this was the level I was looking at sells, price closes below this level and then closes bullish, or bearish, depending on which way you're going. And then as soon as price, this is the only impulse entry I take. If price breaks this low, then you would take sells, okay? Because price broke out, it then rejected this level and still closed below. Okay, so if you continue bearish and break the lows, there's a very good chance you're going to go on down. But yeah, that's if this was the level we were looking at, but we're looking at this level, so. Currently, GJ and EJ both setting up short for me come 6 PM as per my system. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, if this was clean, we could have looked at an hourly closure below here, continuation, but it's not clean price action. To the left. Actually, it is, isn't it? Oh, that is something we can look at, isn't it? Yeah, this will be good if we get a gold hourly closure. Been a good session nonetheless. There's been a lot of good sort of scenarios to analyze. Even though we haven't had any trades, there's been a lot of, like, you know, close calls, and sort of you had to just put it aside and wait, which is good. So this is a big hourly close. If GJ closes below here, we'll have good sells. If gold closes below, we'll have good sells. But I think only one of them will close below. I don't think both will close. You could technically look at gold closures below, GJ closures below here, in this range, because on the lower time frames it is clean, but on the hourly it's not very clean. So yeah, doesn't really make sense to take it on the hourly, because you have hourly support right here, support right here. Do I focus on only GJ and gold? Yeah. I just find I'm able to, focus a lot more when I just trade those pairs. I traded EJ as well for a bit, but yeah, just gold and GJ. I just find on average they have the most volatility when they're in good ranges, which suits my style the best. And yeah, I find the less I trade and the less I have to look at, the better I trade, because I just less to look at, less to focus at. You just get to understand gold and GJ better instead of having to, like, I used to trade a lot of pairs. But yeah, like flipping through them was just, I don't know how you could flip through like 10 pairs and actually have an understanding of what's going on. Look at that. EJ. But yeah, maybe in the future, I don't know. But I mean, I don't think the more pairs you trade is not going to make you more money. I don't think. It's just... it definitely teaches you to be patient, that's for sure. I'll be back in a second, guys. Do you trade your own money or a funded account? My own money. Yeah, I was funded like 6-7 months ago. Then I lost that account from hitting the max drawdown. Just a bit annoying, but shit happens. Maybe this holidays I'll do another funded account. But I mean, I'm in no rush to. I'm enjoying trading my own money, just going at my own pace, you know? I mean, no desperate need to make money, so just enjoying the process right now. Can see whether or not something is setting up for me within 3 seconds or so on a chart. That plus alerts makes the whole process smooth. Yeah. Oh, right, you're talking about trading more than 2 pairs, yeah. Yeah, like, it all depends on your trading style. Because I used to trade the break and retest on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. So it's like I could trade 10 pairs. Or like 10, even 20 pairs pretty easily. Because it's just... like, you only have to look at it once every 4 hours or something. Yeah, it all balances out. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on your trading system, I think. Like for me, trading the 15-minute and the 30-minute, there's no way I'm going to be able to look at more than 3 or 4 pairs max. And actually understand what's going on at the level which I'm looking at price now. Like, no way. But yeah, like if you're trading higher time frames like I did, pretty easy to just sort of look at the charts a couple of times a day, and then it's an enjoyable way of trading. Swing trading. Yeah, gold can close below here. It'll be very nice. It could, oh no, it's the hourly close, so we're gonna have to wait for a top wick. If this wasn't an hourly close, we could take it off the rip because we've created a top wick. A good retest already. So yeah, but because it's the hourly, we have to wait for the hourly top wick to be formed. And GJ is doing a big old rejection. So yeah, start of the day, we said daily has respected this level of resistance right here, of support. Okay, so this daily could push all the way down. As long as it respects these lows, it could flip. Okay, so yeah, just interesting. Why don't I try trade break and retest on the 5-minute? I don't know, I guess you could. It's just this helps me, you know, this has been working for me, so. But yeah, you're right, you could. It's a very similar structure, because me waiting for a 15-minute top wick is essentially a 5-minute creating a retest. But I just think there's a lot more sort of ability to see the market better from when I trade the 15-minute and the 30-minute. Okay, here we go. Goldie closing below. So again, we're going to need a top wick because it's an hourly close. Just sharing my perspective. Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking offense by it. There's obviously no one way of doing anything in the market, so just do what works for you. What is your strategy? Close below and stop order? In simple terms, yeah. But if you want to like actually see, go watch my recent video on my simulation, and you'll understand it more. I swear, if this doesn't close below. Ah. It's pretty funny. So gold still respecting these levels, which I don't mind. We just need a closure below now. What wouldn't be bad if this creates a top wick for us on the hourly. So then if we get a 15 closure, we can just take it off the rip. Maybe not off the rip, but at least we don't need as big of a top wick. Yeah, this is good that the hourly is just pushing bullish. Usually means that it will flip, right? Because we haven't created a bottom wick. And GJ, yeah, GJ closed right back into this rejection. Yeah, geez, it's pretty crazy price action. It's just... yeah, let's just see what happens here. Alright, so this is looking nice on gold now. We can close below. We've created an hourly top wick. We can use this as a stop. It should be pretty nice. We've got a massive range to fill as well. 150 pips to the downside. Wow. Obviously, it will take some profit, but it's looking good. On a short on GJ at where? The break of the last 1 hour candle. Here? 172.839. It's not a bad op. Yeah, like perfectly set. If your backtesting shows you've got a decent edge, all you got to do is just wait and execute. Go on, gold. We've waited too long not to take anything. Yeah, if this closes below on GJ, I'm not going to take it because the 1 hour hasn't created a top wick, and we've already filled this range for me. So yeah. Look at this beautiful London session. Big volume. No, I'm kidding. I can't complain. GJ moved 60 pips. Can't complain with that. But yeah, it's really testing us here. Testing our patience. Your position on EA. I can't see short, but Like I said, guys, if your plan says go short, go short. What was the reason for going short? 30-minute. Oh, now GJ's coming down. Bit of gold volume, bit of jumpy. Potentially, if GJ 30-minute closes below here, then we can say, okay, we've got a 30-minute closure. We've come back down. If we haven't created a top wick, maybe that's something we can look at. But I won't take it on this 15-minute closure. Because, yeah, for me, there's a good chance this hourly is going to create a top wick. Gold. It's ridiculous. Shorted at 5-minute supply zone. Wow. Good stuff. Yeah, we've just been teased the entire day. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 candles on gold that could have closed below. GJ, we had closures, but they just filled the range straight away. It's been a bit annoying, but we had the gold fake out as well that just created a wick and filled the range. Gold is now just rejecting. Wow. Yeah, the only thing I can see that you maybe could have taken today is potentially GJ sells below here. Because yeah, you had a decently clean range, but for me we had support right here. support right here, resistance right here, support right there. So yeah, it is what it is. We'll stay for another 15 to potentially see gold closures below here. And then after that, probably call it a day. I'm also 19, but I'm no way like you. I live alone, whereas I still live with my family as well. I do not live alone. I'm still a student, so you know it's hard to live out of home, especially in Sydney. It's like last time me and a couple of friends were looking at renting a house, but it's like minimum like $400 a week, Aussie dollar, to buy anything decent, anything close to the city. Which, yeah, to me, I was just like, you know what, it's not really worth it. Yeah, so I still live at home. So don't worry. It's yeah, it's pretty. There's a like all of me and my friends, we say like, how the hell are we ever gonna move out? Because it's like it's so expensive. But yeah, once I finish uni, I'll definitely move out. But yeah, for now, I'm still living with the parents, which is nice. You know, that's something I think touches on a subject when you look at people online and you just assume they're doing well. Like most people don't have their shit figured out. But you know, you look online and all you see is like their best things, you know, the time they did this or the time they did that, or you know, same with trading. Like you see their wins, you see this, you see that, and you just assume they're well off, they're doing really well in life. But everyone's got their own things that they're struggling with, their own things. You know, you gotta realize like what you see online is simply just the best of what people want to show you. So don't be sort of disheartened by the fact of where you are. Just make sure you're getting better than what you were yesterday. That's all my wise words I can give you. Just make sure you're getting better than who you were yesterday. And you're winning. You're winning in life. But yeah, it'd be nice to move out sometime soon. It's just so expensive. Like, You know, need to be making 30% monthly. Nah, I'm kidding. We'll move out soon. I actually posted that on my Twitter the other day. It's like I'm spending my 20s, you know, relentlessly chasing after what I want. And if I fail, I just get to live with my parents. You know, it's not the end of the world. I'm fortunate enough that my parents, you know, if I fail, I'm not gonna starve to death or be homeless. Like, I'll still be able to live with my parents. So you may as well just give it a big ass crack. Like, try your best. And if you fail, you fail. You do something else, or you keep going. I mean, I'm not in a mental state right now of even like considering trading not becoming, you know, something that I want to do, that I'm gonna do, because, you know, I just don't think I'll ever stop before I get to a stage where I'm 100% financially free from trading. I don't think I'll stop before I get to that. So yeah, it's just a matter of time, I guess. Goldie. Been waiting all day. When you take a loss, like on these trades, it's the worst. When you've been waiting the whole day, it looks perfect, everything's looking good, and then you just take an L. Worst feeling, but you know, you just gotta take it on the chin. Why did I change my strategy from the 5-minute break and retest? Well, I never traded 5-minute break and retest. I traded hourly break and retest using the 4-hour. The reason I changed was just because I couldn't really trade, because when you trade on the hourly, it's like swing trading, so you can't really just trade the London. You could, but I don't know. At the time, I thought, you know, it's not really something that's working. It just wasn't performing as I wanted it to, which in hindsight, I don't think was the strategy. I just wasn't in the right headspace. Like, I think if I traded it now, it would work. But yeah, I don't know. I guess you just change as you go through your trading. I mean, I know very few people that have used one strategy from the start and stuck to it. But yeah, like I mentioned on the stream, this strategy is pretty much break and retest. It's just a different way of looking at it. But yeah, that's the reason I changed. I just wasn't really seeing the results I wanted with it, and it was you needed to be looking at the trading the whole day, or you didn't need to, but I thought you needed to. I thought you needed to be trading like the entire day. So at the time I just decided to change, and yeah, haven't gone back. If this goal doesn't close below. Does look very good, like nice rejection. The only thing is the stops are quite big. You feel like you've watched all my backtesting videos and they were on lower time frame? No, they were 1 hour. 1 hour and 4 hour. Unless I'm absolutely wigging it. And I've just forgotten how I've traded for the past 3 years, but no, they were 1 hour and 4 hour. There may have been a few videos where I was testing out on the 15-minute or the 5-minute, but most would have been 1 hour. Three minutes to closure here. If this doesn't break out now, at least New York, these levels should stand. So if you get closures, should be good here. It's harder trading the 1 hour using only one specific session, yeah. It's like you could maybe have, like if we look on the hourly, you only get 3 hourly closings, which is enough, but it's just 2 or 3 hourly closings. It's just, I don't know. It's pretty tough to only trade one session. But wow, Goldie. Just being a nuisance. GJ. GJ closes below here. we could potentially look at sells if we create a top wick. Just don't love the fact the hourly hasn't created a top wick. We have 7 pips to fill that wick. Let's see. I don't think we're going to close below anyway. 3, 2. No, we didn't close below. Yeah, so really struggling to break these levels. I may stay for 15 more minutes, just to see what gold does. But the thing we need to look at now is the 4 hours closing, and if this 15-minute closes below here, the 4 hour tends to, you know, push, and then the last 15 it tends to retrace to create a top wick or a bottom wick. So yeah, I don't think we'll be taking the trade, because you may as well just wait for the next 4 hour to open when that happens. I'm honestly in disbelief we didn't get a trade today. It was looking very, very good the whole day, and then been annoying, but you know, we can always just trade New York. So yeah, so if gold closes below here now on the 15-minute, you got to think about it in terms of the 4 hour. Like if you look at the 4 hour, it's very unlikely the 4 hours just going to close with no bottom wick, so it's just going to push. So even if this 15 closes below here, you know, how far is this thing going to push before it comes up to create that bottom wick? So that's why I don't want to take it on the 4 hour close, and I'd rather wait for the 4 hour to close. And obviously GJ still hasn't closed below this level, which we can see is a very strong level. Like rejection, 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 rejection. So if we're not breaking below this level, there's no reason for us to think this is going to continue down. Okay, so yeah, I may just call it there, to be honest. What I'm going to do in terms